Hey there, it's me again, it's Saad. Today I was thinking, other than the other videos, which will be coming, which video should I make? And it just popped up. Because I had done this recently. I had made it up. I'm going to teach you my technique of how to make a good paper airplane. But first I'll tell you, you know how some planes have that massive wingspan and they go in like that? Those have large amount of wingspan, so they have a large amount of lift. The upward force which makes planes fly. But the thing is they have lots of air resistance too, so they go really slow. And then there's those streamlined ones. You've seen those? The ones that look like a really long triangle. Those go really fast because there's no air resistance. But they don't have lift. So when they are about to land, they fall. Because the air resistance eventually gets a hold of them and it's not a smooth landings. You see how their noses are, right? After three throws, it looks like Professor Dumbledore's nose. Very crooked. So I'll teach you how I make a plane. Because either there's too much lift or it's too streamlined. But I have both of them. The only thing you need is an A4 page. Ignore the rest. It's best if it's really like smooth because that helps the flight path. Okay, first thing, I'm sure if you've watched a lot of tutorials on paper planes, is to fold it in half. Make sure it's perfect. Oops, I think I did a little mistake. Okay, this is smoothed out. Now, I always check, oops, it's a little bit rough, but that's all right. I always check both sides if there's any irregularity. And then I really fold it down. The first time I fold it, just in case there's a mistake, I don't fold it that hard. But then once I've checked for any irregularities, that's when I fold it. Open it, and then what you do is you fold it like halfway down. Put a nib. It's best if you put your finger at the end. Make it triangle and shape it down. And same for the other side. Now, if all goes well, these should be the same side. Do you see these? Right. See these two? They should be around the same size. But a little irregularity won't hurt. But if there's a big one, then you better check again if you did that. Because I just had an irregularity up there. So now I have to change it. Now they're the same, see that? Okay, now, once you've smoothed these out, you fold this down. Make sure the nib is straight, the nose is straight. Then you go down. Now you might be wondering, but you said that it'll be both very streamlined and have a lot of wingspan, which means lift. But this one, you're doing the tutorial of making a very streamlined only plane. Well, up to now, yes, actually. It's because people, when they're making streamlined planes, what they do is they bend outwards and fold the wings down, but that's not what I'm doing. Look closely. If you do now, you should have it looking like this. What you do, this is, you don't have to do it very accurately, but push the nose down so that there's some good, like approximately 2.5, 3 centimeters of difference from the nose and this, because I just took this, folded it down. Again, do not a very hard crease, and then flip it around. You'll see there's a line over here and there's a line over here. Make sure those two are aligned. And then down you go. Flatten it out. And if you're looking back, flip it back. Now you have to fold it back up, but fold it at the place, because if you can look here, fold it at the place where these two lines will meet, these 2 points, because if you fold it over here, then they won't be meeting. Fold it where they meet. Okay. By the way, a little bit off on this part will be alright, the plane will still fly. Okay, smooth it out. Okay, now rechecking everything, and also this also helps because it helps you check, make sure that the plane is 100% symmetrical, because symmetry is very, very important. And then you can go back here and check if it's perfect as well. Then you can flip back, fold it outwards, and make sure that they're the same. I hope you can see this, because I just put it aside the iPad. Okay. Make sure these are perfectly aligned. Fold it, crease it. Those two are not aligned. Done. Okay. No, the plane's not done. We still have to do a few things. Now, you make the wings and bend the entire thing down. This plane's pretty easy to make, actually. And then fold down the other side likewise. And once you folded this down, the front of the part, then just bring this down and make sure the wings are aligned. Then fold that. Okay, you might think, oh, we're done, but we're not. What you do, this is kind of the hardest part, and it's not even that hard. You see this is kind of like a flap, and you see this gap over here. So what you have to do is take this and bend it in. So you took this and you just you bend it in until you can see, you see this right here? There should be no gap. You can just press it down until there's no gap like this, and then you just press it down and fold it. Then you do that same procedure for the other wing. Fold it inwards. Oops, did a little mistake. Okie doke. Okay, so once you've folded this in, you can see the plane has a different shape now. This actually you can see I told you it'll have a big wingspan and streamlined. You can see streamlined and then a bigger wingspan. We're almost done. Now we just have to add winglets and a tail. I'll add the winglets first. If you look at this, there are two creases, one here, and one here. What you have to do is fold it up. I'll bring it upward. Take this and fold it up until the two conditions. One, you can see that these are aligned, and two, there's, over here you see the second point, that should be like a dot, like kind of like this, and that'll make you a little nice winglet. Do the same thing with the other side. Make sure that it folds on that, and align the back. Oopsie. Yeah, the reason I'm doing this is make sure this is a point, is so that the winglets are the same size. Once you're done, make sure they are approximately 90 degrees. For example, this one is approximately 90 degrees from the wing, but this one is less than 90 degrees, so you'll want to fix that. Then we'll do the tail. When I was designing this plane, after I'd done an exam in my school, I realized later on when I threw it, it wasn't flying very well. It would keep on spinning and stuff. Now, what you want to do is this is kind of also the hardest part, along with bending those in. But you want to do is you see this V shape. Once you open the plane a little bit, you see this V shape. This was the plane. If you open it over here, at the back, there's a V shape. Push the bottom upwards. Kind of like, but you don't want to push the whole thing up like this. What you want to do is take this and kind of bend it. I know this is pretty hard, even for me. You take it, look, pay attention to this crease. If I bend it upwards, it's not damaging the crease. So you bend it as much as you can so that you see this. These are symmetrical. Okay, and then you take the quote-unquote tail of the plane and bend that in. Then you fold it in half, tighten it one last time, and there you have it. A brand new plane with winglets, a vertical stabilizer, and a very cool shape. Let's see this thing in action. Okay, so the plane is here. As you can see, the streamlined is making it go faster, but you see it's not the back of the plane is not crashing, and it helped it get a smooth landing. Well, I hope you enjoyed learning how I make a paper plane. And yeah, that's a pretty good technique. So I hope you can use it. See you later, alligator.